Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive into the swirling drama and unexpected twists awaiting us on The Bold and the Beautiful for Wednesday, June 18th. Get ready for a whirlwind of emotions as Brooke Logan grapples with a surprising romantic encounter, Taylor Hayes digs for the truth, and Luna Nozawa schemes in the shadows with a sinister agenda. This isn't just another day in Los Angeles. It's a turning point for some of our favorite characters at Forrester Creations and beyond. Buckle up as we explore the intricate dynamics, hidden motives, and shocking developments that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. At the heart of Forrester Creations, a storm of passion brews as Brooke Logan finds herself reeling from an unexpected kiss planted by none other than Nick Marone. This isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a seismic shift for Brooke, who has been navigating a sea of heartbreak and unmet desires after feeling cast aside by Ridge Forrester. The kiss, charged with raw emotion, has left Brooke breathless, her heart pounding with a mix of confusion and longing. Nick, ever the smooth-talking charmer, didn't just steal a kiss, he offered her a glimpse of a different future, one where she is cherished and adored. His words echo in her mind. She deserves better than the constant push and pull with Ridge. As the episode unfolds, expect to see Nick doubling down on his pursuit, weaving a web of sweet nothings and tender gestures that could sway even the most resolute heart. Brooke, who once staked everything on rekindling her romance with Ridge, now stands at a crossroads. The allure of revisiting a past love with Nick, a man who once knew every corner of her soul, might just be too tempting to resist. Will she cling to the familiar ache of Ridge's indecision, or will she dare to explore uncharted waters with a man who seems ready to lay the world at her feet? Meanwhile, tension simmers in another corner of this glamorous world as Taylor Hayes refuses to accept easy answers from Ridge Forrester. Taylor, with her sharp intuition and unyielding determination, senses that there's more to Ridge's involvement in the recent showstopper project than mere professionalism. She's not one to be pacified with half-truths or polished excuses, and on this day, she'll press Ridge with a quiet but firm insistence for clarity. Her piercing gaze and pointed questions might just unnerve Ridge, who has been walking a tightrope between his lingering feelings for Brooke and his supposed dedication to Taylor. While Ridge may offer soothing words of commitment, swearing that his heart belongs to Taylor alone, there's an undeniable undercurrent of doubt. Fans know all too well that Ridge's connection to Brooke is like a magnetic pull. No matter how far he strays, he's always drawn back to her orbit. Taylor's suspicions aren't unfounded, they're a mirror to a truth Ridge might not even fully admit to himself. Could this confrontation be the moment Taylor finally sees through the facade, or will Ridge's charm once again blur the lines of reality? Elsewhere, a darker plot thickens as Luna Nozawa continues her shadowy surveillance of Hayes Finnegan near the serene yet unsuspecting beach house. Luna, with her cryptic intentions and unsettling presence, isn't just passing by, she's calculating her next move with chilling precision. Her fixation on Hayes has taken a dangerous turn, and as midweek approaches, she's poised to deliver a so-called gift that could unravel everything. This isn't a simple token of affection. It's a carefully crafted piece of a larger, more ominous puzzle. Luna's mind churns with plans that could shatter the fragile peace surrounding Steffi Forrester and her family. Steffi, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing just beyond her doorstep, has no inkling that Luna's obsession might soon erupt into chaos. Even with Finn's steadfast vow to shield his loved ones from harm, the walls of protection he's built might not withstand the force of Luna's machinations. Whispers among B&B insiders suggest that Luna's scheme could involve a harrowing kidnapping plot, a desperate act that would send shockwaves through the lives of Hayes, Steffi, and anyone else caught in her web. The once quiet beach house could become the stage for a nightmare, as Luna's unraveling sanity pushes her to cross lines from which there's no return. The stakes couldn't be higher as these intertwining stories collide on Wednesday's episode. Brooke's heart hangs in the balance, torn between the comfort of a past flame and the uncertainty of a future with Ridge. Nick's bold move has opened a door she thought was long closed, and the emotional ripples of their encounter will likely reshape her path in ways she never anticipated. At the same time, Taylor's quest for honesty might expose fractures in her relationship with Ridge that no amount of sweet talk can mend. Her persistence could force Ridge to confront the depth of his divided loyalties, setting the stage for a reckoning that's been years in the making. And lurking in the background, Luna's dangerous obsession with Hayes threatens to upend the Forrester family's fragile harmony, pulling Steffi and Finn into a vortex of fear and betrayal. The serene facade of their beachside life masks a looming threat, one that could strike when they least expect it. Next, we will uncover the latest emotional roller coaster unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful, where hearts clash and hidden desires simmer beneath the polished surface of Forrester creations. In this gripping episode, Brooke Logan pours her soul into a desperate plea for Ridge Forrester's return, while Taylor Hayes navigates her own uncertainties with a mix of grace and suspicion at the Forrester mansion. Meanwhile, Eric Forrester finds himself caught in the middle of a family tug-of-war, his loyalties tested by the intricate web of relationships around him. Join us as we delve into the charged conversations, unspoken longings, and subtle power plays that promise to reshape the dynamics of these iconic characters in ways you won't want to miss. The air at Forrester Creations crackles with unspoken tension as Brooke Logan stands before Ridge Forrester, her eyes brimming with a potent blend of hope and heartache. Having just watched him wrap up a business call about a shipment of luxurious silk, Brooke seizes the moment to admire his creative genius, her voice soft yet laced with yearning as she confesses how much she loves seeing him immersed in his craft. But her words soon take a more personal turn, her gaze locking with his as she admits how empty her world feels without him by her side. With a gentle tug at his tailored lapels, Brooke's plea becomes raw and unguarded. She misses him in their once shared home, her sanctuary now haunted by his absence. "All I want is you, Ridge," she whispers, her voice trembling with the weight of her longing. She implores him to shed his stubborn resolve and return to the life they built together, each word a brushstroke painting her desperation. Ridge, however, stands firm, his expression a mask of conflicted emotions as he reminds her of his enduring love, but not in the way she hopes. "I'm with Taylor now," he states, his tone gentle yet unyielding, "and she brings me happiness." With that, he turns away, leaving Brooke to grapple with the sting of rejection as the echo of his footsteps fades down the polished halls of Forrester Creations. Will this be the final blow to Brooke's dreams, or does a flicker of hope still burn beneath her wounded heart? Across town at the opulent Forrester mansion, Taylor Hayes finds herself in a delicate dance of gratitude and probing curiosity as she converses with Eric Forrester. Settled in the grand living room, surrounded by the timeless elegance of family portraits and plush furnishings, Taylor expresses her deep appreciation for Eric's generosity in welcoming her and Ridge into his home, a gesture that speaks volumes about his warmth. Yet, beneath her polite smile, a shadow of doubt lingers as she delicately broaches a sensitive topic, the underlying tension she senses from Eric's orchestration of the recent fashion show showstopper. With a measured tone, Taylor questions whether Eric harbors reservations about her place in Ridge's life, wondering aloud if he believes Brooke is the true match for his son. She's quick to clarify that insecurity isn't driving her words, just a need to understand where she stands in the eyes of someone Ridge holds dear. Eric, ever the diplomat, offers a reassuring nod, acknowledging his fondness for Taylor and his awareness of how deeply Ridge cherishes her. Yet, he can't fully mask his lingering affection for Brooke, admitting to a soft spot that's been years in the making. Taylor presses further, her curiosity piqued. Did Eric hope the showstopper moment, so carefully staged, would reignite old sparks between Ridge and Brooke? Before Eric can fully unravel his thoughts, Ridge steps into the room, his presence a sudden interruption that leaves the question hanging like a storm cloud over the ornate space. With Eric tactfully excusing himself, the atmosphere shifts as Taylor turns her focus to Ridge, her composure tinged with a quiet intensity. She admits to putting his father in an awkward position with her probing about the showstopper event, her words carefully chosen but laced with an undercurrent of concern. "Do you think Eric believes you should be with Brooke again?" she asks, her eyes searching his for any flicker of hesitation. Ridge, with a reassuring calm, insists that Taylor has no reason to worry, his hand reaching for hers as if to anchor her doubts. But Taylor isn't so easily swayed, her intuition sharpens as she presses him on whether he misses Brooke, beyond the professional courtesy of their shared workspace at Forrester. "You know exactly what I mean, Ridge," she says, her voice steady but her gaze piercing, cutting through any veneer of casual dismissal. She confesses that this lingering uncertainty troubles her more than she'd like, especially knowing that Brooke had Eric's subtle support in crafting that impactful showstopper moment. Was it merely a professional obligation, or did it stir something deeper within Ridge, feelings he's buried beneath layers of duty and commitment? Ridge counters with a blend of sincerity and defensiveness, explaining that the fashion show was his domain, a team effort he couldn't sidestep. Yet Taylor senses a calculated edge to the event, her mind racing with the possibility that old embers of passion for Brooke might have been fanned. Ridge, sensing her unease, asserts that it was nothing more than work, a chapter closed the moment he returned home to her. As if to seal his words, he draws her close, their lips meeting in a kiss that's equal parts reassurance and distraction, a silent promise amidst the storm of doubt swirling in Taylor's heart. This episode of The Bold and the Beautiful lays bare the intricate tapestry of love, loyalty, and lingering regrets that define the Forrester family. Brooke's heartfelt appeal to Ridge exposes the raw edges of her soul, her longing for a love that seems just out of reach casting a poignant shadow over her every move. At the mansion, Taylor's quest for clarity reveals her strength and vulnerability in equal measure, as she navigates the delicate balance of trust and suspicion in her relationship with Ridge. Eric, caught between his affection for both women, becomes a reluctant mirror to the unspoken truths that threaten to unravel carefully constructed bonds. The fashion show showstopper, though a moment in the past, continues to ripple through their present, a catalyst that might yet redefine alliances and affections. As Ridge and Taylor's embrace deepens, one can't help but wonder if it's a genuine shield against the doubts, or a temporary balm for wounds that may never fully heal. Next, we will immerse ourselves in the captivating drama of The Bold and the Beautiful, where family bonds, lurking dangers, and unexpected reunions collide in a whirlwind of emotion. From the sunlit shores of a beachside school to the sleek halls of Forrester Creations, this episode is brimming with tender moments, unspoken fears, and a blast from the past that could alter everything for Brooke Logan. Join us as we explore the heartfelt interactions between Steffi, Finn, Liam, and young Hayes, while a shadowy threat looms nearby, and a surprising encounter in the Forrester office rekindles old connections with potent implications. Let's dive into the intricate layers of love, protection, and simmering tension that define this unforgettable chapter. The day begins with warmth and laughter at the Cliff House, where Finn, Steffi, and Liam share a light-hearted moment, their conversation interrupted by the beaming presence of young Hayes, dressed and eager for his first day at a new beachside school. Finn, with a grateful nod, acknowledges Liam's role in making this opportunity possible, prompting a joyful cheer from Hayes himself, who pipes up with an enthusiastic, "Thanks, Liam." In a sweet gesture, Hayes hands Liam one of his cherished toys, a brightly colored action figure, which Liam admires with genuine delight, his eyes lighting up as he thanks the little boy. Hayes, bubbling with excitement, tugs at Liam's hand, pleading for him to join them on the drop-off adventure. The scene shifts to the quaint beach school, where the charm of the classroom, a space adorned with colorful murals of sea creatures and tiny desks, draws a marveling smile from Steffi. The teacher, Miss Dillon, greets Hayes warmly, guiding him toward a group of giggling friends as she turns to Liam with heartfelt gratitude for providing such a stunning location for the children's learning. She extends her thanks to his father as well, noting how the ocean backdrop inspires the young minds. Steffi and Finn, standing close, share a quiet moment of pride, their hands intertwined as they muse over their shared mission to nurture Hayes, keeping him safe and healthy while cherishing every milestone of his growth. Yet, unbeknownst to them, a shadowy figure hovers just beyond the schoolyard, their presence an ominous stain on the sunny morning, watching with an intent that chills the air despite the warm coastal breeze. Inside the classroom, the day unfolds with innocent creativity as Hayes hunches over a drawing, his crayon scribbling a scene that Finn kneels to admire, a heartfelt sketch of himself alongside Liam, a testament to the bond forming between them. Miss Dillon announces an exciting trip to the nearby beach, and Steffi gently reminds Hayes to follow the teacher's instructions, her maternal tone brimming with care. Liam, observing the lively boy, turns to Finn and Steffi with a fond smile, remarking on what an incredible kid Hayes is, before his expression darkens with introspection. He confides in them about the fleeting nature of time, dreading the day he might not be there to protect his own children, Kelly and Beth. Right now, keeping them safe is everything on my bucket list, he admits, his voice heavy with responsibility. Outside, the shadowy figure raises binoculars, their gaze piercing through the carefree scene, a silent threat weaving tighter around the unsuspecting family. Steffi, sensing Liam's unease, urges him to let go of worries about Luna Nozawa, while Finn asserts with confidence that Luna has finally understood she's not welcome in their lives. But Liam's fear cuts deeper than Finn's reassurances, his words trembling as he confesses that the thought of Luna's unpredictability terrifies him more than his own mortality. He paints a vivid picture of her as a delusional force, a little witch who appears without warning, and he laments that he won't always be there to stand guard. Finn, resolute, promises to shield them all, but as Hayes dashes back to Steffi, tugging her to the window to marvel at a playful seal in the ocean, Liam leans close to Finn with a whispered warning, never underestimate Luna, especially when he's no longer around to help. Outside, Luna herself lurks, her eyes fixed on Steffi and Hayes, a sinister smirk curling her lips as her dark intentions take shape. Meanwhile, a different kind of surprise unfolds at Forrester Creations, where Brooke Logan stands in the design office, slipping into one of the latest lingerie pieces from their new collection, the soft fabric clinging to her form as she adjusts it in front of a full-length mirror. Expecting Ridge to walk in, she startles slightly when the door swings open to reveal not her longtime love, but Nick Marone, his familiar grin spreading as he chuckles, "Well, some things are timeless, aren't they?" The unexpected reunion washes over Brooke with a wave of nostalgia, and after a moment's hesitation, she laughs, stepping forward to embrace him warmly. Nick, ever the charmer, compliments her radiant beauty, his gaze lingering with a spark of something more. He explains he was passing through Los Angeles on business and couldn't resist dropping by to see her, a gesture that feels both casual and loaded with history. As they catch up, Nick shares updates on Marone Industries, revealing how the shipping world has treated him well, with profits soaring and new ventures on the horizon. Brooke, with a playful glint in her eye, asks if he still owns the Shady Marlin, the yacht tied to so many of their past memories. Nick grins, revealing he's having a bespoke vessel crafted in Naples, Italy, and extends an invitation for her to join him for a christening voyage under the Mediterranean sun. Tentatively, Brooke suggests their son Jack might come along, but Nick shakes his head with a fond smile, noting that Jack, now thriving in Paris, has little interest in shipping. Instead, he's carved a path in fashion, following in Brooke's creative footsteps, a choice that fills Nick with pride. Brooke beams, recalling how content Jack seems during their video chats, his sketches and designs lighting up their conversations. The tone shifts as Nick's concern deepens, his voice softening as he probes into Brooke's own happiness. He's heard through the grapevine that Ridge has returned to Taylor, a decision that puzzles him given their tumultuous history. What pushed him away this time? Nick asks, his brow furrowing as he guesses it might tie to the recent corporate takeover drama at Forrester. Brooke, caught off guard by how much he knows, raises an eyebrow, to which Nick admits with a sheepish grin that he keeps tabs on those he holds dear. She brushes off his concern with a forced shrug, murmuring, "I'm fine," but Nick isn't convinced. His tone sharpens with frustration as he launches into a passionate rant about Ridge's pattern of breaking her heart, time and again. "Sometimes, you've got to steer clear of the storm, Brooke," he urges, likening her persistence with Ridge to sailing straight into disaster. "He's not going to change his ways, and you deserve a harbor, not a hurricane. You deserve so much better than this endless cycle of pain." As his words hang heavy in the air, Nick reaches out, his hand gently brushing her cheek, a tender gesture charged with unspoken possibilities. Is this the moment Brooke begins to see a different future, or will her loyalty to Ridge hold steadfast against Nick's compelling plea? This episode of The Bold and the Beautiful weaves together the innocence of family joys with the undercurrent of looming threats and rekindled pasts. At the beach school, Steffi, Finn, and Liam's shared pride and haze is overshadowed by the chilling presence of Luna, whose obsessive gaze hints at dangers yet to unfold. Liam's raw vulnerability about protecting his children adds a poignant layer to his bond with Finn and Steffi, while Luna's sinister watchfulness promises chaos on the horizon.